Hi, my name is Hatis Noit. I live in London and originally from Japan. I make my music by my voice only. I make lots layers of my voice and make some choir, sounds like music. Yeah, I think the reason why I chose this instrument, voice, is I believe the voice is the most primal instrument of human being, and in a way the voice is in our body, so I think it's most intimate instrument, and then I always enjoyed this instrument. My performance is, it's not in some particular way of having ritual, I would say, but to me, it's always like therapy. In a way, we can call it a ritual, I think. Every time I perform, I try to connect very deeply to myself, and at the same time connect to the audience and connect to the space, the actual space. So during the pandemic, I really miss the moment when allows me to do so, because to me almost only when I sing, I can feel the connection to the world very deeply and in a very safe way. Especially in this time, I think people would feel anxious or sometimes quite fearful, but when we share the music and performance, it could be a place of healing of this time. I believe so. So I really love having performance and to feel the connection to the world and space and audience in a very safe way. I always find it such a peaceful time. Any place that feels let us feel the history or time or meaning of the space. So for this event, I chose the staircase, and I love the symbolism of staircase, which is very much like transitional space, like from this space to that space. So I am so excited for invite people for that transitional space, because music also does the same, like let people transition from this world to the another world. So any sort of space let us feel some possibility or some memory attached to any memory, both personal and collective. Could be on the street or could be in some building. So many ideas of place I have, I think. I cannot choose only one. I'm so excited for releasing this album finally. I took 5 years to get here since I moved to the UK. At first, I really struggled with to be settled in UK. It is completely different from where I am from, Japan. And it took me quite a long while to feel safe to be there even. And when we are uptight or anxious, we cannot be open to ourselves, and it's very difficult to make any music when we are so close to ourselves. So through 5 years, I gradually getting back myself, and I now can feel more deeply about myself, and I can be open more deeply to audience or space. Like I feel I'm more brave to it. So I really, really enjoy this process to make this album, and I'm so happy and excited to bring this album to you. Yeah, I would say, so many dream collaborator for me. But if I choose one, I would say it's Meredith Monk. One day I attended her vocal workshop in New York, and which was just amazing. First, I expect we can learn something like how to sing or how to perform, but actually it was more like psychological practice, like how far we can be open again to ourselves or to the space. I think it's the most important thing for any performer. So she's like my musical mother, or as a performer, she's like my mother. So it would be amazing if I can collaborate with her. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm mostly very happy dreamer. That my partner say he often hear I am laughing in the bed when I sleep. It sounds quite scary to him, I guess, but it shows I'm a happy dreamer, I think. But I'm not sure if it's a dream or some sort of memory of mine, but I clearly have some very strong sensation of memory. It could be a dream repeatedly happened to me without remembering it, but it's not something episodic, more like just very strong sensation on my skin, especially like shoulder and arm. It's like my skin touches like huge drop of water, and I can sense that heaviness and pressure, water pressure or something like that. But it can be scary, but I also enjoy it, and then I can hear the sound of the drop, like it's like a drony, like a type of sound with that sensation on my skin. That would be the repeated dream of mine. Maybe, someday I was wondering if it can be the memory that from before I was born, or sometime I was in my mama's womb, or when I go out from it, it's kind of like a really strong sensation, and they're like very strong and heavy, and so much pressure onto my skin, but no visual with it, just a sense of body. I enjoy so many things, but I would say cooking is the one I really, really enjoy all the time. I mean, every time I touch those ingredients, I sense it's like vibrant energy, whether it's meat or fish or like vegetable. I love touch of those ingredients, and in Japan I will never forget when the first time I caught fish by myself. Then I was really shocked to see its body and the inside out, and I was crying, like I was really shocked by that. But since then I feel so much more and more grateful for eating and for those ingredients in its life. Oh, even though I have, some sort of attachment to my body in this life, I like feeling the sense of a body from inside and by the touch of my skin. But I don't think I want to take anything to the next life. I want to be free from anything I saw in this life. Then I can't wait for it. This could sound a bit weird, but I can't wait for my death. I always excited to think about the moment I die in the future, because I've never died. So must be such a cool experience. Maybe, okay. I would ask myself if I recognize myself Japanese, and I would answer, yes, certainly I'm Japanese, I think. And it's not about nationality, I think, more like, since I moved to Europe, I found, I don't know if it's right expression, but sometimes I really feel, oh my God, I'm so Japanese. The way of communicating with people, sometimes I really hate saying something very directly. I really dread doing it, and I'm not good at it. Really hesitate doing it. And that sometimes confuses people in Europe, I understand that. But still, I cannot really help doing it. And sometimes when some trouble happens, my way of dealing with those troubles is so Japanese, I would say. Keep everything safe and try to be very diplomatic. So sometimes I really admire people be able to say something very directly or very logically or in a practical way, but I'm not the one who can do it. And in that moment I recognize, okay, I'm a very Japanese person. David. Thank you. Yeah.